All right, hello everybody. Happy Monday night. Hope everyone's doing well out there, and welcome to the Monday Night Double Play. I'm your host, Steve Tower, and tonight, we've got something completely different, as a old British comedy used to say. This is MowMaster. It's a game that's designed by legendary designer Mike Fitzgerald and Ian Bach, published by Play Now. And it was a part of a series of 4 games that were just released for their visit to Dice Tower West. And the idea was to have business card-sized games that they could hand out to people that would give them a game and also give them information about Play and Play Now. And I have to say, this game has probably gotten more playtime on my tabletop than anything that I have recently played. Both of my kids have played it and love it. It's a very quick, easy to pick up game, and all you need is a few D6s. So let's head on down to the table. Oh, and I buried the lead. The best part of this is that it is absolutely free. There are 4 games available. All of them are free, including MowMaster. There is a link down below, or you can just go to the playnow.com website for more details on them. So here we go. This is MowMaster. The idea is to not only be the first to go around the lawn, but to also have the highest score when you get to the end of it. All you will need is 2 dice that will represent your mower and also represent your current score, and then 4 green dice to represent the grass. So I managed the little teeny dice are ones that they actually gave out at the Dice Tower West in the packets. I had a couple of these from another game, but you could use any suitable token to move around and then just have your die on the side. But it does work pretty well in fitting in with the mini business card themed of these games to use these miniature dice. So how does it work? Well, basically, you're gonna, on your turn, you're just gonna roll the 4 green dice, and what you're trying to do is you need to move into the next spot by fulfilling either the first or the second number. And you can do that with a single die if it's a number 1 through 6, or combining 2 dice if it's higher. Or you can also combine numbers to make dice to make the lower number. And then you get one reroll on your turn, and it can be no dice, or it can be all 4 of them, or anywhere in between. And then once you've done that, any dice that you don't use, that is going to subtract from your score. So if you're only able to use 2 of the dice to move into, let's say we were only able to use these to make 12, and then we re-roll these, we couldn't move to the next one, we're going to actually lose 2 points. So you lose a point for every die. So we go down from 6 to 4. And then at the end of any turn, if your score goes below 1, you just automatically lose. So you want to try to avoid that. The other thing that you can do with your dice, once you start losing points, say if we were down to a 5, you can use one of your dice, if it equals your current score, to go up by 1. So there we go. The game ends when somebody moves into the final spot. They do gain a point if they're not already at 6 once they hit the finish line. And then it's whoever has the highest score. So even if you reach the finish line, there's a chance you could still lose if somebody else has a higher score. And if 2 players are tied for a score at the end of the game, then it is the person who reached the finish line. All right, so there we go. That is it. Oh, and I did forget to mention people in the chat room. We have a few AFR members in the chat room. Bill from High Volume Games is here. Kraz and Mark Russell. So thanks, guys, for your support. If you would like to become an AFR member, you can click the join button below for details on that. So with that out of the way, let's do some mowing. We'll have Blue go first, and then we'll alternate back and forth. Let me know in the chat room who you're rooting for, blue or red. So here we go. Blue will kick things off. All right, so let's see. Oh, that is a really good roll. Let's see. So we can use the 2 to move here. Then we can use the 6 to move there. And then we combine the 4 and the 1 to move into the 5. And we are all set. Didn't even have to re-roll. That is a perfect first turn. All right, so red is, well, they're gonna use those to go to 12, and then combine the 5 and the 1 to make 6, and then move up there. So all right, so nobody's lost any points yet. Let's see, and then some other. Oh hey, PLAAY Games. I'm not sure if it's Sam or Keith has joined us in the chat room. Welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see, Ruben Weiss has also joined us in the chat room. David Hissel, Imagine Sports is in the chat room. Welcome. And let's see, did I miss anybody? All right, that looks like everybody. Oh, and Scott Long. All right. Great group of guys in here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. All right, let's see here. Oh, and Keith, it's Keith joining us. Well, all right, welcome, Keith. Hope you had a good trip back from Vegas. Can't wait to hear the recap of it. All right, so here the next turn for blue. They need to get to 7. So they'll use that. Get down there. Let's see. And then, oh, here's where the decision making comes in. All right, we'll use the 3 to go ahead. And then we got our 1 re-roll. And we need to get a 6 to not lose a point. And hey, we get a 6. Ooh, oh boy, this might be a quick game. All right, red is up next. Can they keep up here? So 5 will get them up there, and then we're going to need to re-roll. We're going to re-roll these 3, and they will get to move to the 7. And then, unfortunately, the 1, they can't use that, so they will. Their score is going to go down to 5. And blue will now try to take it home. Let's see. Ooh, they are not going to be able to with this roll. So I think we're going to try to tempt fate here. We're going to save the 6 and the 1, and then re-roll this 6 and 2. And, oh, and it worked out. How about that? So we'll use that for 4, and then this for 7, and there we go. It is blue taking the checkered mowing flag and they will win 6-5. All right, so there we go, and that is MowMaster. It's just that simple. As I said, I've played, boy, I want to say at least 20 games of this, and I played about 10 times with my youngest daughter, and she really loves this. So conceivably, you could play this with 5 or 6 people, I suppose, if you had enough tiny dice. I guess the more people you had, the more it might drag a little bit, but really fun. And the idea that it is just a pocket-sized game is is really cool. Oh, the other side of the business card has QR codes for Play Now and Play Classic. All right, so there we go. Well, that was a nice quick one. I think we'll get another game in since we've got the time here. So here we go. We'll reload the mowers and go through one more time. But really, really so much fun. One of my favorite games, I think, that's come out in the last year. All right, so we'll let red go first this time, since blue got to go first last time. So here we go. Round number 2. See if red can avenge their loss. All right, they'll use the 2 to move there, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 to move to the next one. And trying to get a 5. And no, so they'll go down to 5 points. And now blue is up. Let's see how they can do. So they'll move to 2. Oh, wow, is that the same roll? And then 5, 6, 7, 8. And then they also will need a 5, and they do not get it. All right, so they're neck and neck, both at 5 points. 2 spaces in. Let's see, red, they'll use that to move ahead to the 5, and then they need to get 7. All right, I guess we'll re-roll both dice. And, oh, and they do not get it. Uh-oh, so they're going to lose 2 points. So they're now down to 3. Oh, and Keith's saying that, that they usually go counterclockwise around. That's interesting. Okay. Does it... I don't know if it... Did I miss that in the rules? That you should go that way? I mean, I guess statistically it doesn't really matter which way you go around. You could play it the other way. I guess you could go one way and then the next time you play, go around the other. So, all right. So blue up, trying to take the lead here. Ooh, let's see. They'll use that to move to the 5, and then they'll have to roll 2, trying to get 7, and they do not, so they will be down to 3. Uh-oh, this might be a war of attrition. All right, so red is up. They are trying to get 7, and they do. All right, they'll re-roll, trying to get either 3 or 11. And, oh, no, and how about that? They got a 3 and then a 6. All right. Now blue up. And they'll use that for 7. Ooh. All right, they'll re-roll 2 dice. And let's see. Yeah, they'll get a 3, but then they can't use that 1, so now they are down to 2 points. So red back up. Can red even the series at 1? Let's see. 6, 7, 8. Oh, well, they can use all 4 dice to make 10. Ooh, or actually did it. Well, yeah, I guess they do want to do that because otherwise they can't make 7 with 1 die. All right, blue is up. And blue could potentially get knocked out. Oh, that was a 1. Or was it? Uh-oh. All right, so they'll use this to make 6, and then they'll have to re-roll these 2 dice. And, uh-oh. Oh, no! Well, there we go. Blue is going to get knocked out because their score would go below 1. So red takes match number 2 as the blue mower conks out. There we go. I guess you could say that if they go below 1, that would be their gas running out. So so there we go. So yes. Oh yes, I think I mentioned it in the intro, but yes, if you you can increase your score if you use a die that has what your current score is. Unfortunately for blue, they didn't roll a 2, so there we go. Well, geez, I guess we can go for a best of 3. Since that one went very quick. All right, in this one we'll do we'll go the opposite way for number 3. So, all right, there we go. Yes, Kraz calling out tiebreaker for with the reverse score. So we'll be going to the 4-10 spot first. All right, so blue will be going first again. So they can go 4 and then 6 and needing a 3 or 11 on their re-roll. And they'll get the 3 and they'll have 1 die they can't use, so they will go down to 5. So here's red. Let's see how they do. So they can go to 4. I think they're going to use all 3 of these to make 8. That way they don't have to worry about a die not being used. Now blue is up. Alright, so blue's going to use this 5 for the optional rule. And they'll increase their score to 6. And then they'll use the 6 and 1 to go to the 7. And now they'll re-roll 1, trying to get a 5. And they do not get it, so their score will go back down to 5. Now here's the red. Let's see if they can... Oh, that's a good roll. 3 and then 7. So they're tied here, but red with the score advantage for the time being. Back to the blue mower. They'll go to 5 and then to 8. The red. So now if blue reaches the finish line and their scores are the same right now, they will get a point for crossing the finish line. So their scores would be tied, but then blue would get the win because they crossed the finish line. All right, so let's see. For the red, they can use this for 5. All right, and then I'm going to keep the 4 and re-roll this 1 die. So I need a 2 or a 4. And get a 2. All right. So now red tied it up. Can they have the come from behind win here? Blue. Let's see. So they've got the 7. They need to come here with a 2 or a 12. Oh no. All right, they'll re-roll these 2 to see. Oh, and look at that. So there we go. Blue will move there, and then they'll use that for the 7. That will increase their score to 6. And so their scores are tied, but blue crosses the finish line. So blue will win the match. And there we go. They win the MowMaster tournament 2-1. So there we go. And yes, as you can see, the game really has a lot more depth into it than it initially looks like, and the fact that it, you can see how small it is. I don't have the biggest hands in the world, but yeah, I really can't say enough about how much fun this game is and how easy it is to pick it up. But then once you start playing, Lots of good decisions to make while you are playing, and then of course the best thing of all is that it's absolutely free to download. So there we go. That is MowMaster, available right now, along with they have a pachinko game. All of them are the same size, this business card size. The pachinko game uses coins, a quarter, a dime, a nickel, and a penny. There is a rugby game, and then a Forest Friends game. That's another dice placement game where you're trying to get your highest score possible at them. So links down below, or you can just head to the Play Now website and download these games today. Get them on your table, get them in your pocket, bring them to your next business meeting where you might have some time to kill. So that is going to do it for now, guys. Hope everyone has a fantastic week. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Look, we had a good crowd in here tonight. Thanks to Keith for publishing this and for stopping by. That's going to be it for now, guys. Until next time, my name's Steve. Get out there, have fun, play games, and I will see you after further review. Have a good night, everybody.